Rise and shine, everyone. Time now, 6 o'clock. Jason Hackett and Lauren Lemanchek with you on what is another beautiful, just stunning day. I love these cooler mornings. It just gets your day started off on such a good note.
Great windows open, sleeping weather, great day to grab an extra cup of coffee, and a great day if you want to head out to the fair today, John. Really just perfect.
I think yesterday would have been a choice day. Today is another great day. It's going to start feeling warmer, I think, once you get to Tuesday afternoon, where I would say, even Monday was rather cool and comfortable. But today, 75, sunshine in the afternoon. And this morning is warmer. I'm not wearing the coat. I mean, we've warmed up quite a bit. Yesterday in the 40s. This morning, we're nearing 60, and that is because a cloud deck worked its way through, and now we can see temperatures across the metro. Princeton specifically, you guys were in the 30s yesterday, now in the 50s. 59 here in the metro, 58 in EP. 53 in Bemidji. Where's the clear skies? Hayward, you're at 37. In fact, they got a frost advisory for the tip up here on the South Shore all the way through the North Shore. It is very chilly there, and that's where the high pressure is. See, there's a little cloud deck, and I promise I'd talk about it. There is a random, very light sprinkle near Cambridge and Mora this morning, just south of Mille Lacs. So again, it's going to be a great day. Just some clouds rolling through this morning. We'll time out the warm-up into Wednesday in your forecast. Cece, how's it looking out there?
Good morning, 6:02. Quiet other than this crash that I'm seeing in Richfield. Highway 77 northbound. This is at 66th Street. So right as you're passing the Mall of America, MSP Airport. Left lane is closed. Things down to one lane. Folks passing on that right shoulder there as they head toward Highway 62. We see that this vehicle in the left lane is facing traffic, but the good news is that a tow truck is there. So hopefully things clear up pretty quickly. But if we take a look at the slowing in that area right now, things are still moving a little slower than they normally are, but things are moving. They're not stopped. That's the good news. So if you're going in this area over the next 10 minutes, adding 5 minutes to your commute would be great. But at this point, I'm not going to tell you to change your route. I'll let you know when that situation clears up, though, hopefully in the next 15 minutes. Other than that, not seeing much slowing anywhere else other than Eden Prairie, Highway 212 eastbound as you're headed toward 494. We are seeing lane closures there again. So I'll zoom in on that area when I see you over the next hour. Lauren.
All right, thank you, Cece. We'll check back. Well, in the last few minutes, hundreds of U of M workers started voting on what's being called a final offer that will either keep them on the job or put them out on the picket lines.
And it all comes as more students are moving into their dorms today. Audrey Russo's live where the voting happens. And Audrey, this is going to directly impact students.
Yeah, Jason, Lauren, that's right. The voting process began just a couple of minutes ago in the Student Center behind me. And this is the first day of voting. It coincides with one of the busiest times of year on campus, and that's move-in week. Now, Teamsters Local 320 represents grounds crew, food service workers, maintenance staff, all the folks who really keep the campus moving from day to day. Now, the voting process for their new contract will take place over the next week and a half. Now, if the members vote no, like the union leadership is advising, that means a strike could happen during the first few weeks of the academic year. I reached out to the U of M in the last 24 hours and they tell me, quote, contingency plans are in place to help minimize any disruptions that may arise during the start of the academic year. I also reached out to the union for a statement. They did not get back to me in time for this broadcast. But coming up in about 30 minutes, we're going to talk a little bit more about what the union wants from the university out of this contract and maybe some of the sticking points that they've run into during negotiations. But for now, I'll send things back to you.
All right, Audrey Russo reporting live this morning. Thank you. Now, students moving in today may also be impacted by a rally on the Kauffman Memorial Union lawn. A separate union representing 2,000 clerical, technical, and healthcare workers across all 5 U of M campuses will be out demanding a new contract. They say they've been in negotiations for nearly 5 months.
We're just 1 hour away from voters heading to the polls for special election primaries to fill 2 Minnesota Senate seats. Michelle Beck's live in Woodbury with what's at stake here. Hi, Michelle.
Well, hey, good morning to you, Lauren. Let's start right here with Senate District 47. This is where we are. Just moments ago, we watched an election judge walk through those double doors, and in just a little bit, or within the next 60 minutes, actually, we'll see even more election judges follow suit. Now, this primary will determine a DFL nominee. It is a big race if you consider the balance of power in the Senate. Nicole Mitchell held the seat until she resigned about a month ago. She was convicted of 2 counts of felony burglary. On the ballot this morning are 2 current state representatives. The winner will face the only Republican candidate. Right now, the Senate is split between 33 Democrats and 32 Republicans. If the DFL loses, the power of the Senate will return to the hands of the GOP. But experts tell us this seat has been reliably Democratic for over a decade. Now, there is another special primary in Senate District 29. This comes after Senator Bruce Anderson suddenly died. We'll talk more about his seat coming up in the next half hour, but we know that winners will move on to the special election on November 4th. Lauren, as you mentioned, polls open at 7 a.m. and they do stay open till 8 p.m. Back to you.
All right, Michelle Beck reporting live this morning. Get out there and vote. Thank you very much. In a matter of hours, the Mankato Fire Department says it plans to release more details about a house fire that killed 2 children. This happened around 2 yesterday morning. Officials saying the fire was shooting out of the back after starting on the top floor. City officials tell us a father and 1 child made it out safely, and the mother was flown to a hospital. The people in the downstairs apartment also got out safely.
This is difficult for all of us, but our thoughts are with the families. This is tragic. We've got a good support network here in Mankato, so that way I think on the front end we've been positioned about as well as we can for something like this.
Officials say the fire was likely accidental. It's not clear right now if there were smoke detectors inside or if they were working.
We have new information this morning about breaking news we brought you yesterday on Sunrise. Right now, Minneapolis police are trying to find a driver who hit a pedestrian and a cyclist and then fled the scene. The 2 were hit on East Lake Street near 5th Avenue South late Sunday night and taken to the hospital. Officers tell us they have recovered the SUV involved, but they're still looking for the driver. Anyone with information is asked to reach out to Minneapolis police.
For the first time since he was shot 2 months ago, we're hearing from State Senator John Hoffman. He was a guest speaker at the Democratic National Committee's summer meeting, which Minnesota is hosting this year. In a 10-minute speech, Hoffman mourned the loss of his friends Melissa and Mark Hortman and denounced political violence and radicalization. While Hoffman has made a few virtual appearances since the targeted shootings, this marked his first in-person speech. He said what happened on June 14th was, quote, pure evil.
It was a political attack on public servants and public service. And it was aimed squarely and slowly at our party.
The DNC's meeting lasts through tomorrow. The Republican National Committee held its summer meeting last week in Atlanta.
New this morning, after an hours-long debate, the Minnetonka City Council is moving forward with their off-leash dog plan for Purgatory Park. The 17 acres of land where dogs have unofficially been allowed to run freely for years has been a discussion point since the city passed new rules requiring leashed dogs everywhere in the city. The city council says it's trying to strike a balance between safety, freedom for animals and owners, and accessibility. They say that they'll take until June of next year to observe their initial phase and then make any necessary changes.
Time now 6:09. Let's take you live to Snelling and Midway outside of the gates of the Minnesota State Fair. Already halfway through the 12 days of fun. Today is Military Appreciation Day with discounted tickets at the door. So if you're heading out, here's what's coming up at the Care Barn. A lot going on there. Miss Minnesota will join us live at 5. Then at 6, the Minnesota Wild's Zeev Boyum and hockey legend Lou Nanne will be in the house to talk about the World Juniors. We're also going to have live music from the Prior Lake High School Marching Band and Lakeville South High School. And then tomorrow, make sure you check us out. John and I will be out for another round of trivia. This week's topic is Lynx and Timberwolves trivia. So if you're a big fan, come check us out. We're going to get going sometime around 11 o'clock. Remember, the barn is at the corner of Judson and Nelson. And new this year, we're giving out Rokus as the prize. The top 3 winners win a Roku for their TV in trivia. Last year it was mugs and calendars as well, which are great, but the Rokus are a different level.
That is